Hi, today I'm going to teach you how to draw a compass. You're going to need a protractor, a ruler, an eraser, a grey lead pencil, quite sharp, and you're going to need some coloured pencils. You want 4 at least, and you want them in 2 tones. So I've got a light green and a dark green, and a dark blue and a light blue. Doesn't matter which colours you choose as long as they are tones of each other. Okay, let's get started. Grab your sketchbooks. Put your compass in the middle of the page and just draw across the semicircle. Make a little notch on each side at the 0 and the 180. Turn your protractor upside down and put the 0 back on and 180 back on those lines and draw the bottom half of your circle. Now, as you do this, make a little mark at the 90. And we'll do it again here at the 90. Okay, great. Now, the next thing you're going to need to do is mark the 45. So go around to 40, and then the little notch in between the 40 and the 50 is the 45. So from 0 round to 40 and another 5. Again, doing it here. Make sure you're lining up. Go around to the 40 and halfway between the 40 and 50, 45, and again from the 0 round to 45. Fantastic. Okay, so we've got our circle. Now we want to grow our ruler, and we are going to rule straight down. I'm actually going to turn mine around. Here we go. Straight down from the first notch down to the bottom. And then we are going to go straight across. So you take it away, you should have a cross. And that is the middle of your circle there. We're going to do 2 more lines. I'm going to go across here. And across here. It's starting to look a bit like a pizza. All right, good work. All right, so on a compass, never explode Santa's workshop or never eat soggy wheat bix. So it's N for north. So I'm just going to put a little pencil line. I'll probably rub this out now. Never eat soggy wheat bix or never explode Santa's workshop, because then you don't get any presents. So the next thing I'm going to do is you can use your protractor. If your protractor has a little ruler along here, you can use that, or you can use your big ruler. And I'm just going to mark an even amount. So I'm just going to mark a little bit on each side. The same, doesn't really matter the measurements. I'm going to do it here. Just make sure I'm making the same on each side. Little notches on those lines from the center. The same distance away from that center point. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I am going to go from the very top here on the north, and I'm going to line it up with the line on the outside of this center line, up like this. We're going to go from here up. So this is the cross line going right across these ones. Okay, and I'm going to go from there and line up my ruler with the intersection down here, like that and like that. Excellent. Now I'm going to do it going out to the east. So pencil on that line, line up your ruler, coming into that dot here on this north-south line. And the other side. And this side, lining it up. Now the reason I asked you to get a rubber is if you slip or you do something here, A really common mistake is for people to hold their finger over the edge of the ruler and then they end up bumping around their finger and they get this bump in their line. So be careful with that. Okay, so we've got north, south, east, west. Perfect. So to start with, I'm going to colour in the left-hand side of this all the way down to the centre line in dark green. I'm going to do the same going out this way. This way. So we're going around like a clock. And this way. Nice. Now I'm going to get the lighter green and colour in the right hand side. Starts to look really cool pretty quickly. Okay, excellent. Now, you might have heard of northeast, southeast. So we're going to put a NE for northeast, southeast, southwest, and northwest. You might notice here that the north and south you always say first. Northeast, not east, north. Okay, then we are going to go from the middle here and we are going to go to those little notches that you put here and here. And here. Now these are going to go in the second set of colours. So I chose blues. Nice. Remember, make sure you're colouring the darker one on one side and make sure it's the same side on each point. Nearly done with this one, and then you guessed it, I'm going to go in with the lighter blue on the other side. Okay, now that is the basics. What you can do now is you can add maybe a cool design in the middle here. Don't know what you want to do, a sun or a spiral or something. You can add some swirls or patterns going around your compass. You could do some splat pattern, make it your own. So once you've got the directions, then you can start to add to yours. And then once you're happy with it, go over it with a fine liner. We might even add a little bit of watercolor or something to them. Go over your letterings if you want to. So you could make these a bit more fancy. If you want, create your north, something a bit fancy like that. And then I can rub out this other little one I'd penciled in. So just have a play around with what design you want to do, and that's it. Fine line, present it beautifully, and they'll be ready to go. Great work.